Now, let's talk about Nnamdi Kanu and what transpired in court today, 22nd of May, 2025. Now, before I move on, I want you to know that I am a full-blooded Biafran, a full-fledged and proud Biafran. The same way we have Oduduwa, Arewa, the same way we also have Biafra. So I'm a proud Biafran to the core. Breaking news, court adjourns trial of Nnamdi Kanu to the 28th, 29th of May, 6th, 16th, 18th, and 19th of June 2025. So May and June, 6 days, the court has adjourned, and they are telling the prosecution, which involves Tinubu, the federal government, that they are given 6 days to present their witnesses. Let's look at it. Judge Omotosho threatened to close the case the prosecution brought against Nnamdi Kanu if they don't tender their witnesses within 6 days. He said, I want this case closed timely. The defendant, Nnamdi Kanu, has been in detention for so long, and soonest the court will go on vacation. I give you 6 days to present all your witnesses, even if they are 500. You must work with the assigned duration. Remember, a human being is still in detention and away from his loved ones. This is from the judge. So he is giving the prosecution, Tinubu and co, that they should present their witnesses within the 6 days, even if they are 500. The court will soon go on vacation. Somebody is held down illegally in DSS custody, and this guy has to get the justice he needs and deserves. Let's move on. Now, defense counsel begins to question the second witness with an important question. We have two witnesses. We have had the first witness. Now we have the second and third witness. Now, defense counsel says, is the name Biafra prescribed? This transpired in court. The witness says, I don't know, but I know IPOB is prescribed. The witness could not ascertain if the alleged broadcast of Nnamdi Kanu to attack the federal government was made in Nigeria. So they asked him a question. So he could not ascertain that this broadcast we are accusing Nnamdi Kanu of making, where actually did he make it? In Nigeria or where? Because if you commit a crime outside of Nigeria, you are expected to face the court in that country the way Samanekwa is facing Finland. Because first, you don't just go and see somebody from Kenya or from UK. If you believe he commits a crime against your country, there's a process. So these guys could not ascertain where Nnamdi Kanu made the alleged broadcast they were accusing him of. Okay? They accused Nnamdi Kanu of inciting the public against the federal government. Now, the issue of NSAS was also brought up in the court. The government, we know, had earlier accused Nnamdi Kanu of making incisive statement, asking Nigerians to burn this, destroy this. The allegation is plenty during the NSAS protest. But the defense counsel did something that was very, very smart. They submitted a Lagos State report on the NSAS. That report by Lagos State on the NSAS, you know, people carry out news left, right, center, that Nnamdi Kanu was responsible. The IPOB, Igbo people wanted to destroy Lagos, wanted to demolish everything in Lagos. They had a plan, they have an agenda. But evidence submitted in court was the Lagos State report during the NSAS. They found out that the report did not indict IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, nor any other Igbo person related to the Biafran agitation. So it seems like that one will be baseless. Others saying that Igbo won't destroy Lagos, Igbo won't scatter this. Looking at that Lagos State NSAS report, it did not find any culpable activity associated with IPOB. Okay? Let's look at the conversation. Look at the question. Defense counsel asking the witness, are you aware of the document? That document did not indict IPOB? The witness says, I am not aware. Defense counsel asked the question, how long has the defendant been in your custody? Witness says, I met him in June. I don't know how long he has been in custody. Defense counsel asked the question, after receiving a letter from the former Attorney General, did you reply to him? I did not reply directly to the Attorney General, so I didn't send a reply. So you are not following through official means to hold this guy. Okay? The council asked a question again. Are you aware no report was made to the AGF? No report was made to the Attorney General of Federation. Why holding this guy down? Okay. Say, I'm not aware any report was made. So the defense counsel asked him again, do you have any recordings of people who said the defendant asked them to commit crimes? So if you are making an allegation against somebody, you must have evidence against somebody. They asked him, do you have evidence? Because since you people are saying that this guy is guilty of asking people to do this, to do that. So do you have any recordings? The masked witness said, I don't have. Other witnesses will bring it. So I told you there's a second and there's a third witness. So the masked witness was before IPOB was proscribed, according to you, was it an illegal organization? Before IPOB was proscribed by the Nigerian government, was it an illegal organization? The witness answered, no. When IPOB wasn't proscribed, it wasn't an illegal organization. Defense counsel asked question, do you know that IPOB members are not criminals? The witness answers, yes, they are not criminals if they don't commit crimes. Okay? So those that are seeing IPOB as this and that, if they don't commit crimes like every other Nigerian and every other Oduduwa person, they are not criminals. Defense counsel asked, you said you're an investigator. Yes, I am, my lord. So why didn't you investigate IPOB members who are criminals? No, I didn't do any investigation. Do you have any recordings of people who said the defendant asked them to commit crimes? I don't have. Other witnesses will bring it. Before IPOB was proscribed, according to you, was it an illegal organization? Moving on and on, they did forth and back without IPOB of a thing. Let's go to this one. Now, we understand that Buhari has done a lot of things like bringing lawyer, prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu. And the court has set this guy free. But who knows what the Tinubu government wants to achieve with all these things they're doing? Because from the court session, you are hearing the judge saying that they want to give final judgment on the matter of Nnamdi Kanu. And they are bringing the issue of sit at home, bringing the issue of answers, bringing the issue of Gulag, bringing the issue of wanting to nail him. Now, one critical question is, where did you say this guy committed the crime? Is he in Nigeria? These allegations you are putting on this guy, is he in Nigeria? DSS has earlier denied that they had a hand in the arrest or kidnap or whatever of Nnamdi Kanu. So how did Nnamdi Kanu come into Nigeria? Through what means? What was the process? If you can be able to explain that process, then do you have any case against him? If he was brought in illegally, so this is a respected court of law. That is the perspective I'm looking at it. So now they wanted to interview the third witness. The prosecution says no, the third witness cannot answer questions. Then now the update was now, after much deliberations by both parties, dates for accelerated hearing were taken. The matter was adjourned to 28th, 29th of May, then 6th, 16th, 18th, and 19th of June 2025. On this Nnamdi Kanu case, I believe a lot of distractions are going on. The government will be serious if they release Nnamdi Kanu, or they will come clean on how Nnamdi Kanu got to Nigeria. And I believe, I've said this before, the current administration wants to use Tinubu as a card. They are trying to put this and that, waste time, left, right, center, cause a major whatever. They're trying to do it. They're trying to play a very... See, Southeast politicians, they need to be very careful with this Nnamdi Kanu case. Because if it goes south, man, nobody knows what will happen. No. If it goes south, they need to be careful. They need to be able to look for a political solution, because we know of a sure. Nobody court absolve Nnamdi Kanu. The same federal government use their power. Who appoints the judges? Who appoint the CGN, Chief Justice of Nigeria? Now the federal government. So if the government, the executive who is taking somebody to court, appoints the CGN, do you think that a corrupt government would be able to bring justice, give justice? So the antecedent, the place where they go like this, which I believe they will not go there. I believe so. I trust they will not go there. If they go there, it is going to be cost a lot for the Southeast. Like I said, Southeasterners are in prison with Nnamdi Kanu. Does the federal government have a case against Nnamdi Kanu? I don't think so. I don't think so. I looked at it critically. I don't think so. Not because of I say I'm a Biafran or anything. The federal government does not have a case. Okay, let's look at it from this angle. We are talking about African liberation. We are talking about Africa and Pan-Africanists. For you to liberate your people, you are going to go. See, this current system would find you guilty. For instance, you want to liberate a certain people, the people holding them bondage will see you as a threat. They will put all sorts of nomenclature on you, treason, and we know that Nnamdi Kanu, everybody knows that these guys want to liberate his people. He wants Biafra. He wants people to be absolved of this system that does not help the Igbo man see ahead, that subjugates the Igbo man. Some other people make argument that it is not only Igbos that are marginalized. Okay, we agree. It is not only Igbos that are marginalized. Fight for your own freedom. We don't want to be marginalized like every other person. So we are all marginalized. Do you expect us to now start becoming docile like every other person? So everybody knows that this guy is a freedom fighter. And he is well recognized as IPOB, well recognized as one of the most peaceful organizations outside the country. The proscribing of IPOB came through the efforts of the Southeast governors, the collaboration of the Southeast governors. Although we know that they are a puppet to the Fulani hegemony, we know that if some of them disagree, there's a way the government under Buhari will checkmate them. We know that they are not that powerful. They are being used by external power on Southeasterners. Nigeria politicians at this point in time, they enjoy looting the country and also impoverishing Nigerians. If Nigeria is getting better today, it will be at their own disadvantage. That is a fact. If Nigeria is getting better today, politicians will not enjoy their loot and all this corruption. So they prefer Nigeria is the way it is today. Nigerians docile, people don't stand up against them. Everybody's you shut down everybody. You use everybody as slaves. That's what, like, Nigerians are their houseboy. The politicians are the madam. When Nigerians are their house, they use them as houseboy. That should not dream. That should not dream of living a better life, but always serving them. That is the aim of the politicians, especially the northern politicians. You know what? I'm against the Fulani taking over, or the Hausas taking over any coalition as of now. I know that the Hausas cannot restructure Nigeria. Never. APC came on the mantra of restructuring. You don't know. You don't forget. Buhari. So looking at restructuring, the Buhari talk about restructuring because it does not favor his Fulani paymasters and whoever that is bankrolling them. It does not suit the ideology of Uthman Danfodio. That is clean and clear. So this is one of the reasons why I'm against the Fulani or a Northerner coming as president or under a coalition, a powerful coalition. No, it is Southerners, because I believe Southerners are liberal enough to want to listen to voice of reason and restructure the country. Southerners, not the particular person, Southerners. So we know what Nnamdi Kanu represents, but people know that if they are darling Nigeria, they have been milking. If they are darling Nigeria, that was put together by some colonialists, they are the ones that man our help us. They sabotage our economy to their own benefit. They know if Nigeria splits now, that thing they are getting from Nigeria, they will not see it. That's why every time everybody wants to become president, they don't go meet somebody for Chatham House, you go UK, this and that. Nobody's explaining why people are going there. It seems if you don't go there, you might not be relevant as the president of the country. You are sure your colonial masters, this and that. You must meet all those cabals. Babangida, Absalami, Obasanjo, all of them, before he become president in Nigeria. Like I told you, the people don't matter. So somebody like Nnamdi Kanu fighting for the liberation of African people must always face such accusations and allegations under a system that has not worked, a system that is anti-people. Of course, stand and fight for your right now. If you are in an office that almost everybody is corrupt, try and be in the incorruptible person. You will see the allegations they will put on you. The federal government, in trying to maintain law and order, people die. See that young boy that was shot by the Nigerian police. Somebody died. Nigerian police murdering, or Nigerian government murdering its citizens. Who will now sue Nigerian government to court? Because they are above the law. Nobody is going to be arrested. Who is going to sue Nigerian government that have been using hunger to kill its citizens, bad policies and corruption to kill its citizens? But it is somebody that is fighting for the liberation of his people. And you stand as a resistance, and whatever casualties happen, under the watch of the federal government, Boko Haram is taking our collective. Boko Haram is having possession of our armament, ammunition. So, federal government just leave ammunition for Boko Haram to they kill Nigerians. So who will now take federal government to court? Who will take the government to court? So which government is somebody wants to liberate his people? I told you before that IPOB was using ordinary placard, coming out to say, we no agree, we no agree. We no agree, we no agree. But what happened? They were being gunned down like rats. You push people. This is how Boko Haram started. Armless. So police killed that Yusuf. Politicians take it from there and empowered that bloody organization. Harmless. So the police, the army, they now get. It seems that the government is the one radicalizing non-state actors. That's how it looks. They will frustrate you to the extent that they will trample on your human rights to the extent that you may want to look for other means. Like, for instance, look at Fulani headers. Government collect billions, almost trillions of naira for security, for the military. But yet, Fulani keep killing. Boko Haram keep killing. The military, they are not showing workings. Soldiers are complaining of salary. And this is happening 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10 years. The government cannot protect its citizens, despite taking a lot of money from the natural resources that can help the citizens, their lives. The money nowhere to be found. Buy ammunition, it means everything just jabrata like that. So the government is now radicalizing the citizens to take up arms to defend themselves. And when the government notices that these citizens want to defend themselves, they come and collect the gun from the citizens. Before you know, 2 days, these Fulani come. The people that come and collect gun, they will not be there when the Fulani come with the AK-47 and start killing people. So is it not the government that radicalized the people to take other desperate measures to protect themselves? Nnamdi Kanu told the Southeast governors, this is what I want. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He told them, this is what I want. They had a meeting with him. After he said what he said, instead of them to look at these things and also agree together, but because the Southeast governors don't want anybody to share power with them, because they know that this young man is powerful, all they need to do is that he should be captured. When he had that meeting, after some days, army went to his house. This document of army invading Nnamdi Kanu's house was also admitted in court. It was admitted that this army went to his house. I don't know, you went there and people died. Were you going there to kill him? Why? You see, so many questions the Nigerian government is not answering. Nigerian government, you murder your citizens, nobody is held responsible. Corruption, people die of hunger, of sicknesses, which building hospitals and what have you. People die in road accidents, which good roads would have helped. Non-state actors were ushered into Nigeria by some politicians. And those politicians became president and one became governor. So you are planning the death of your citizens. Which court is going to judge the federal government on that? The same federal government is taking somebody to court. Over what? You are inciting the people. So when people want to liberate themselves and carry out a revolution, that's only what the government will tell you. You are inciting. Any small thing, people are waking. People are waking up to these corrupt politicians. The same corrupt politicians that have political power, that have corrupted our military, that have corrupted the security agencies, which they use as force on the people, will tell you that you are inciting the people. So when would the people protest? Or when the people say no, enough is enough? When somebody comes up and saying enough is enough, we don't want to be part of the system, you say they are inciting the people against the government. I hope you, with these few points of mine, I'm able to convince you that the federal government does not really have any case against the man Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know how I'm going to explain it tomorrow. It's because we have a country, we have a constitution, and people are forcefully bound together. That's why we're having this conversation in the court. Yes. How did you get Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria? Simple explanation. We did this, we did that. Shebi Malami said we got Nnamdi Kanu. How did they get Nnamdi Kanu? Federal government will come. We cannot tell your citizens. You cannot be transparent to people that voted you in court. And you expect anything fair and just from that current system. My brother, we need to restructure this country. This system cannot work. If you run with this system, things will get worse and worse. Nobody is even looking at somebody getting justice from the judiciary anymore. They used to say the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. That one self don't cast. You know, saying as scam, you want to scam them. Judiciary no be any last hope of any common man. Now waiting federal government use scam. So free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now.